I'm pretty sure I can do it, but I'm not going to try it right now. So anyway, you can look at my video if you want to see me doing it, because I can do it. So anyway, for that, I had to say, okay, well, there's a number of ways I can do this. I can play some doubles in there, so I can always lead with my right or my left and still move around the toms. Or I can play single strokes and alternate them, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, crash. Or I can learn to play really fast fives, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 5. Right? Which is eventually how I ended up doing it. I'm pretty sure that's how Neil did it. So what I did in order to do this was I did sixes without rests. So I did 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. And then the devil came down and struck me live. Anyway. No, so I played sixes at that speed. So, and then I said, okay, now I'm going to take one out. So, and so that's how I eventually developed that. I just did sixes and took one out because I just couldn't do fives immediately. I was like, you know, I can play fives on the snare all day, but it was this that I was having a problem with. Now I don't have those problems because I've ergonomically studied my kit and, you know, pretty much got it so that it's perfect for my body and things like that. But that was the problem, and so it presents a musical obstacle, a technique obstacle, a fluency obstacle, a moving from one sound source to the next obstacle, and just a sheer chops obstacle, because it's a very fast roll. I mean, it's pretty fast anyway, I think, and it's a single stroke roll, and it's tight as hell, and it's you know, got a couple of accents in it and things like that. So almost every Rush song has something like that in it. Like I said, I often get to the end of songs, for instance, Lock and Key, right? Lock and Key, while being a great tune on its own and great lyrics and musical and everything like that, really, you know, once you figure out, you know, how to play and things like that, offset and syncopated right foot, left hand combinations while you're playing quarters or whatever, it's really not that big a deal until you get to about like the 4.5 minute mark and he goes bananas for 20 seconds. And it's just like, well, thanks, Neil. You just screwed me another, you know, on another song that I thought I was going to get through. So, and again, you know, I still, to this day, I don't know exactly what he's playing there. And even though there's a decent shot of most of it on a show of hands, it's kind of murky, and he's got a different drum setup, and you know, they don't show everything, so you really don't know what he's doing. So what I play is just what I hear, and there's so many subtleties in that fill that are just like, wow, mind-blowing, and to this day it's one of the coolest things that I think he's ever played, and just a sheer jam, man. And trying to cop that is like, you know, it's difficult. So I'm still working on that, but I'm working on it organically, so that the only time I work on it is if I play that song, I try something different and make sure, and oh, I wonder if that'll sound right, and oh, there's 2 toms there, and a really fast triplet there, and then how am I going to do this end roll thing, and then I did a little ksh. So anyway, that's another instance of one song being, you know, 4 minutes of straightforward Rush strumming. It's still difficult, but then it's like, oh yeah, way to go, buddy, you put that thing in there, you know. The Color of Right is another one. Pretty straightforward, but then he does this wicked think it's a 6-stroke single stroke roll with accents. So it's like how does he do it? Like he moves around the toms, but wickedly fast, doing 6 strokes, and like with accents in the middle, like blah 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 blah, something like that. You can watch a work in progress, but again, the rest of the song is quite, you know, easy to play. Just it's a musical song, you play along, and then all of a sudden there's this fill. It's like, holy crap! I don't even know what the hell he's doing there. And then you know, you play it again, and it's, okay, wow, that's going to be fun. And then, you know, for the next 10 hours, you work on those 3 seconds, and then you can play the whole song. So the long answer, the much too long answer, is that every song is difficult to play in terms of learning how to play it. In terms of everyday execution, most of them aren't difficult once you learn them, just like anything. Like a heart surgeon, I'm sure, just goes to work just like everyone else, and it's just a technical, scientific feat that he can do that's a rare talent, but he doesn't look at it that way anymore because it's just going through the motions in the right order and very skillfully, but still it's just going through the motions. So once you learn those motions, then you can go through them. And so, you know, even Neil himself says Tom Sawyer is very difficult to execute every time because it's got so many different things, and it's fast and it's energetic, and you know, it takes a lot of energy, and you've got to play all kinds of things and differently, slow and fast, and I agree. But it's easier for me to play that than it is for me to play 50 other Rush songs. Now, of course, he has the advantage of being the guy who made all that stuff up, so for him, maybe that is the hardest song. But it's not the hardest song for me to play. I could think of 40 or 50 that are harder than that. But for different reasons. And it's just simply for the fact that I don't like them as much. I don't know them as well. They have specific chops in them that I haven't perfected, maybe. Myriad reasons that I can't play them as accomplishedly as I can Tom Sawyer or Free Will or any other of those, you know, and those 4 albums in the middle there that, you know, their heyday, so to speak. So, but you know, every album presents a challenge. The last album, while I'm still kind of lukewarm on a lot of the tunes, I love Far Cry, and it took me forever to just, you know, just to memorize. You know, that repeats twice more in that song. So, just trying to say, okay, what's the pattern there? What's the pattern? And then the great thing is, once you got that, it's in there. Like the ending of Jacob's Ladder, where it goes, you know what? I can't even do it right now. But when I hear it, it's like, it comes back to me. And I'm not thinking 5, 5, 3, rest, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 7, 4, 3, 2, 4, 5, 8, 8, 12, blah, 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 or whatever it is. Because I don't know, I don't really care what the numbers are, but it's really gratifying playing that because it's just part of me, you know?